Mike, I was excited for the NBA draft. You was as a kid. I used to love watching this, but I was excited for this year. I thought, finally, the Sixers are going to do something. I'm going to tell you, my gut says this is going to be almost status quo again with these guys, and they're going to have the 15th pick and take somebody that's a 15th pick kind of guy that's middle of the road, and it's not going to make much of a difference when they should be trading Andre Iguodala to get a higher draft pick to get that quality shooter they need in here. Your take with this NBA draft? I'll talk more about my frustrations.
A couple overview things that are not really Sixers specific. It's an interesting things that are kind of different about this draft. One, there are almost no foreign players involved at all. I heard about some guy some two guard from France who might go in the 20s or something. Other than that, it's almost all guys who have played college basketball. Who, if you follow basketball in America, you should have some familiarity with these guys. So that makes it maybe a little more attractive. And the other thing is a lot of depth of big guys. Normally, it tends to be guard heavy in recent years. And remember that draft a couple years ago where, the Timberwolves picked like 11 guards, and how could they do that? It's amazing. Just logistically, how are they doing this? It didn't make any sense basketball wise. Now there's a lot of bigs. There's a lot of bigs out there, and I think the Sixers, could use a big. Whether you can get one that's a game changer or a team changer at 15 remains to be seen. And whether they could trade up if they wanted to by making a deal with Iguodala is not entirely clear, but I think they probably could, and I would not be opposed to that. The deal with the trade, with any kind of trade, is always who do you have to give up and who do you get in return? So
it only takes one team to make the trade. Yeah, the rumor out there was that Toronto was going to trade with them for Iguodala. I like Iguodala, but he's a complimentary player. He's not. He can't do it with the Sixers. They need to change. They need to tweak this.
I think he's one of the few guys they have who has clear trade value.
Commodity.
Who else could you trade to definitely move up? Well, Drew Holiday. Well, you're not going to trade Drew Holiday, obviously. So that kind of thing.
And I think he's somebody that in the right trade could really like Kevin Garnett did, where he helped both teams. Him going to Boston also helped Minnesota. Same with Ray Allen when he went from Seattle to I said Garnett with Timberwolves, but
it's I know who you mean. We know, we're with you here, Stark. Yeah,
Garnett
it's
got
possible.
The extra pick. Yeah, it really helped. Look at the Thunder now; they had that draft. So I would like Ross. I like Iguodala to be traded. I like Ross at the 8th pick, which would be Toronto's pick to come to the Sixers. Shooting guard from a legitimate shooting guard, 6'7", from Washington, and I would like them to take the kid out of Mississippi or another big at that 15th pick. The trade also had Jose Calderon coming back, he's a serviceable point guard. He could be quality off your bench to help the young guys.
It's interesting. One of the mock drafts that I saw this morning had the Sixers taking that kid from Washington without a trade.
Without a trade.
At 15, I don't know. I kind of like him. I'm familiar with him, and I kind of like him. The player that surprises me in this draft with how highly regarded he is the shooting guard. I don't even know his name. The shooting guard from Florida,
Beal,
who they're talking about like being maybe the number 2 pick, and he's
really rising. Whereas Ross, for some reason, has been coming back, and I don't know what he did wrong.
I was not overly impressed with that kid when I saw Florida play. I saw Florida play a couple times. And I don't know, but whatever. I mean, those guys usually know more. Certainly see greater detail than I do. But and again, we're talking about guards again. There's a lot of bigs out.
There's a lot of bigs out there, and I think that, like you said, there might be one that could easily fall to the Sixers. But I think they have two needs, and trading Iguodala might address both of those needs in this offseason via this draft.
Anthony Davis is going to be the number 1 pick. After that, I think it's going to be pretty crazy. You're going to see some wheeling and dealing.
And you almost said it. Well, these guys know more than I do. No, I don't think so. Some of these scouts and GMs don't.
Some of them don't.
That's why some of these teams are constantly in that lottery. It's like, really, here's my card. I need a job. I'll take it.
He needs a gig. Starkey needs a gig.
Seriously, I could do it in my spare time.
References available upon request.